This is the first week in the weekly overview section in my Hobonichi Cousin. Now, if this is the first time you hear this, yes, I have switched to a Hobonichi Cousin because I was itching to daily journal again. What's great about the Hobonichi Cousin is that there is a weekly overview section, a monthly overview section, and a daily section, which explains why she's a bit of a chonker. This Hobonichi is the spring version, so it begins on April 1st. This is the first week. I am daily journaling in the weekly overview section. Of course, the dream is to use this for the rest of 2024. No more changes. Isn't that the intention when we initially start a planner or a journal, right? I am beginning to think I'm a chronic journal changer. The more I reflect on this notion, I realize that I don't think I've ever started a journal at the start of the year and then ended the year with the same one. Like at some point it changes. So fingers crossed, pray for me, and just send me the good vibes and energy. I will use this for the rest of 2024. Right now, this journaling system is lovely. I'm gravitating towards it. I grab it at night and stay on top of it, but you know how it goes. I mean, it's only the first week in the weekly section. A little flip through of what I currently have in my daily section. I have an article by Joan Didion on keeping a notebook that took up about, I believe, 10 pages, and I still need to annotate this. And then I had some notes here on a book that I read, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. And then those more notes. I have a couple of journal entries. And then I have some information here on my son turning 18 months old. I like to write out what are the expected milestones for my son, and then from time to time I'll reread this to ensure we are staying on track. The research I have here is a combination from my son's pediatrician, and then there's a company we order developmental toys from called Love Every. And so whenever we get those packages, it comes with a little booklet about your child's milestones, what they may or may not like to do, what we should introduce to them. And so that's always great to reference. But that is what is going on in my Hobonichi Cousin. It's been great. Like, we are thriving here in the daily section. Now, the journal entries, looking at how small these journal entries are, I probably would have written these in the daily section, but I really needed to get some things out on paper. There's 3 entries covering 2 pages. Ideally, I would want an entry per page, because if I'm going to journal entry in the daily section, they're going to be like hefty journal entries. Not like these like little mini ones, because these could fit in the weekly overview section. I mean, I don't know how much journaling I'm going to do in the daily section, because this is one of the main reasons I started the year with the Hobonichi A6 AVEC. I didn't want this unnecessary pressure to write a lot. And funny enough, the person that puts that unnecessary pressure is me. And so a way to combat that expectation, I'm just going to write the same way I'm writing. Like if I have 6 entries that cover 2 pages, it's fine. I would prefer those entries to be in the weekly overview section, but if it happens, and it's fine. When I'm archiving these entries in the future log section, let me flip to that so I can show you guys what that looks like. when I'm archiving these entries in the future log section, I'm not going to write the topic of that entry, only the date. I think writing the topic would take up too much space on the line here. And you know what? I think I'm going to do that now, since we're here. Let's see. Random observation. I keep losing my pen. The pen that I use for my Hobonichi Cousin. I use different pens for different journals and planners. So this particular pen I'm using is the pen that came with my Hobonichi order that I made last year. It was a freebie. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit in this pen loop. Yeah, it doesn't fit. I mean, I guess I could fit it like this. I don't know why I didn't think of that before, but I could try that. Okay, before I discovered that, I don't know why I didn't try that in the first place, but I did go ahead and order these like straps here that you could wrap around your journal, and then you can slide your pen in here like that. And then I'd never lose my pen. Really inexpensive. These were, I believe, $5, maybe $6, and it came with 4. The problem I have with this project is the strap here. Like, it's a garter. I was shocked that it looked like this. I mean, it explains why it was $5, but I had to go back to the product on the Amazon page and look at the product images. And yes, the strap is white, but you just can't tell that it's a garter. It's ugly. It's not the vibe. I do like it because of how practical it is, but aesthetically, it's just not it. So I'm going to return these. I was planning on using the navy blue or this brown. Actually, I think I like the navy blue better. But yeah, I don't like it, so I'm just going to return these. What else is going on? Oh yeah, I ordered a new pen. It's not a pen for my Hobonichi, but for my everyday planner, my A5 6 ring. This is the Uni pen. It's a fine line. I don't know why I got this. I'm not looking for a new pen or anything, but I don't know. When I saw a fine line, I thought, this could be a new one. I've never tried this one. So let's try it now. That is fine. Wow. Wow. This reminds me of the like micron pens, the Sakura micron pens. That's what this reminds me of. I feel like this is probably a drawing pen. You can also use it to write with, but yeah, this most definitely reminds me of the Sakura Micron pens. Look at how fine that nib is. And you know what? Let's compare it to the current pen that I'm using. It's another Uni pen, the Uniball 1 pen. This is what it looks like. And it's in the 0.38 nib. Now, I've always thought that this, like a 0.3, dang, like that is fine. I like that nib. However, let's take a look and compare the writing with this pen and then the new pen. Look at that. There is a big difference. I mean, this pen here, the fine line, it's like writing with a pencil. That's what it looks like. Like that's how fine it looks. And then it makes my 0.38 look so thick. Like it's a 0.5 or something. Interesting. I mean, I might try writing with this new pen and seeing how I like it. I'm going to try this out next week. And then I'll probably share with you all how that's working out. So yes, new pen. What else is going on? You guys, I started reading Fourth Wing. I started that actually the end of February. I know for a fact that I'm in the minority here. This is an extremely popular book and soon to be series. I mean, I think right now there's only 2 books out. The second book I think came out either earlier this year or the end of last year. And everyone is raving about this book. Everyone's like, oh, you're going to love it. You're going to like this one. However, I'm like struggling to get through this book. I mean, growing up, yes, I loved the Harry Potter series. I also was a fan of Twilight, but I'm just not sure if romantic fantasy is my genre anymore. I don't know. Now that I'm older, the story just doesn't do it for me. I am like struggling to get through this book. Reminder, I started this book at the end of February and I am only 48 pages in. Yeah. I read A Court of Thorns and Roses about 1.5 years ago and I was not impressed. Like, it was good, but not good enough to read the rest of the series. Everyone who read the second book was like, oh, it gets better. But is that how I want to start the second book after I didn't even really like the first book? Like, is that the way I want to start it? Is, well, it gets better. No, I don't have the time for that. Yeah, just not convinced. So I never finished the series. And then now that I've started Fourth Wing, I'm feeling a little regretful because I'm just not gravitating towards it. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's so predictable. Like, I already know what's going to happen. And maybe that's the point of it. Maybe it's like cheesy romances where you already know how the story is going to end. Some people like those kinds of books, but I just doesn't do it for me. Right now, I'm loving nonfiction, historical fiction, mysteries, thrillers, not romance. But I do want to give it a fair chance. I'm going to give myself 100 pages. If I get to 100 pages and I'm still not happy with the story, I'm just not going to finish it. So yeah, that is the deal. I think what else is going on? Well, I do have a YouTube shoot tomorrow morning, so I have a bit of planning to do. I just need to make sure that all of my outlines for my videos are done. I'm recording 3 videos tomorrow. I think it's my March end of month flip through, a plan with me video, and then I'm also setting up some daily inserts to try out. I did see that someone suggested I record a day in the life. I tried. I think it was earlier this week. I think Monday I tried to record a day in the life, and my understanding is a day in the life is like me recording the entire day. I've shared this with you all before, but when you see my Cozy Planning Diaries videos, chances are my son is sleeping. So that's when I have the opportunity like to journal and plan. It's just so hard setting up the camera when you have a baby in one hand and you're setting up the tripod with the other. But I did capture some sweet moments. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, and how are you? Good morning. Good morning. Hello, and how are you? Good morning. Can I have a hug? Oh, you're pinky. Oh, can I get a hug? Can Mama get a hug? Oh, I love you. In a small town lived a big truck named Trash Truck and a little boy named Henny. They didn't mind getting a little messy and both enjoyed cleanup time. Look, spa time. Bubbles. Bubbles, good job, Bubbles. Butt-butt. Here's little butt-butt. You have a little butt-butt too. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. And I think it was around maybe after lunch when my son was going down for his nap. And I was like, I'm over it. I don't want to record anymore. I don't want to record a day in the life anymore. I just like, it was too hard. It was too hard. I think when my son is a little bit older, I could probably share more of like what my day to day is like. But I think right now, because my son he's in this phase right now, like he is transitioning into like the toddler phase, but stranger danger. He is alert, but he's extremely friendly. Like if someone is nice to him or giving him words of affirmation, he has the biggest smile on his face. It's adorable, but he wants to be around me at all times. So trying to record a day in the life is a bit hard, but I think right now, since he's in this phase, I'm trying to just enjoy it. But at some point, they don't want to be around you. So I think I could see a day in the life episode in the future, but just not right now. For the person who did suggest it, just wanted to let you know, I did try. I just failed at it. Hello everyone, welcome to another video on my channel. You all have heard me talk about how I haven't used my daily hourly inserts. I even removed them from my planner a couple months ago, simply because I wasn't using them and they were just taking up space in my planner. Now, when I was setting up my A5 months ago, my intention with these inserts was to use them when I needed a bit more planning. Maybe I need more space or I just have a lot going on that day.